Hello, glowers. I just wanted to check in to make sure to see if people were actually in because there was some I'm really not sure of what time. Yeah, this was supposed to go on because I have it as 3 p.m. GMT, so it's really 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if we get a few people in, I don't mind. I don't mind, going live. I don't mind. I love spending time with everybody, giving everybody little updates on what's going on, what's glowing on. And I wanted to actually do this today to kind of get, do a little check-in, a weigh-in, to see how everybody's feeling because there's a lot going on right now. Definitely in regards to um, yeah, in regards to how these, race situations are being played out. It's a lot. It's a lot. And, I'm not really feeling the cover of I'm not really feeling the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine. I'm not feeling that at all, y'all. So yeah, if you're in here, please put up your glower because there's a little lag on my side with my internet. So I can't, if you're not talking, I literally can't see you. Like I can see the people in, but I cannot see who's in. So definitely put up a glower, a diamond, um, a light bulb. Hey, hey, how are you? Are you back in Atlanta? Are you back? Let me know. Let me know. And actually, you know what, Mark? I promised that we could get on streaming. So yeah, we have a few people in. So everybody just needs to put your glower up. Hey Mark. Everybody please put your glowers up so we can start with this, so we can kick this conversation off and discuss kind of what all is going on. Now, Mark, the last time I saw you, I think you're back in Atlanta. Okay. So where were you? You were in DC? You were in DC? Let me know. And next time, hey Hopi, hey, put up y'all glowers. All right. So yeah, hey Hopi. I it's great that um that we're still able to connect because like I said, my Wi-Fi was crazy. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we got a few people in. Hello, hello. All right, so everybody just put up your glowers. Y'all know I always have a hard time finding mine. And excuse me, like I said, if my situation is a little wonky. I'm not going to hold y'all too long today. I am working on a major project. I am still uh, hope finishing out that project. So I cannot wait. I think I did tell you this, but if I haven't, Rand is going to. He's coming on. He's joining on to the Philly season. So I am super, super, super excited that our brother is going to be joining in the cast. I think I also am going to reach out to Chuck to see if he wants to join the cast. I think that the older brother is a great role for him because that's like him anyway, right? So yeah, but I wanted to get into some of this tea. Oh, y'all, I found it. I found it. So y'all know it's on now. Guys, make sure you definitely hit up those likes. Okay, we have a few people in now. Make sure you hit up those likes. So I wanted to get into a couple of things. First and foremost, I did not hear about I heard about it, but I don't know the specifics of what's happening with, hey sis, oh my gosh. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining today. You don't know, like ever since our conversation last week, Denise, I am like telling all of my network and my, family and friends about just like how much calm you brought to this whole situation. Um, Hope is actually so Hope, you can see Denise. Hope is actually I've pegged her to play in the Philly season, the last season. I've known Hope for about 14 years now, during my time in Philadelphia. And Denise, I just can't wait for you to meet everyone. Oh, and my moderators in. Y'all know we cooking with grease now. Okay. The one and only Diamond Princess, the number one moderator in the game, is in. Yes. So let's put up our glowers and our diamonds for my number one moderator. I mean, just always dependable. And you can appreciate that. You know how that is, Denise. Just always have someone that is dependable. And she's on the West Coast time too. So, this is smack dab in the middle of her day and she's getting it popping. So I thank all of you guys for being in today. I wanted to talk about a few things, and I really wasn't sure if you are the best. Absolutely. Diamond Princess, you are the best. You are the best. And I thank you for always, like I said, just elevating, sharing your platform. As you all know, everyone that is literally in this room right now, these are your people that I went off of, that I hand selected, so to speak, to be a part of this group, this glow up, this journey. People that can hold me accountable. Mark and I don't always agree, but I promise you, he always gives me reasons to kind of think and to challenge. Sean is always so supportive. Hope, like I said, I've known since Philadelphia, has always been the sweetest spirit ever, and I thank God for reconnecting us at a time such as this. And Denise, like, even though like literally we just like met and jumped on, into a conversation last week, but I promise you feel to me like, you know what, like I was telling Monica, my co-writer for the Atlanta season, I was just telling her that, I was like, no, like this woman is a godsend. She's been right on point with everything that she's given and everything that she's directing. And it's really coming from like a pure, sincere place and space. And just your voice is just the sweetest. It's just like, it's really comforting. So, yeah, y'all know that I am on the verge of something pretty big. A couple of you know in the room, and a couple of others don't. Don't feel left out if you don't know exactly the details. It's just that you know how it is. As I liken it to, it's like when you're pregnant, you want to make sure that that baby is coming. Hey. Hey, Missy Lead. Oh my gosh, you're the star of the hour. Absolutely. You're the star. You glow, girl. Yes. She was so comforting and just really put me in a great mental space, a great spiritual space right before the meeting. And like I said, things are progressing and are looking well, and we're wrapping up things today. I have so Denise, to update you also, I have and Hope to update you all. Hey, Asia, we missed you, girl. Hey, oh my gosh, all of my peeps are in today. Mark won the Cash App, but you know what, guys, that's what happened. So Asia, what happened was my Cash App was hacked. So I think I owe you. So please email me. I have to do it through Zelle. I don't have PayPal. I don't have Cash App. But I owe you, and Mark was the first today, so I owe him, because you all know how we do. We grow to glow, and we award you for your timeliness and being on time. So, back to Hope and Denise. Oh, I don't know who hacked it, but it was hacked. And Cash App is like, no, that's enough from you, Courtney. Thank you. Asia, yes, Asia has been rocking for a few, almost like a little over a month now, a few weeks. So yeah, and she's always a wealth of great information. So, but back to what I was saying with Hope and Denise, I have a talk with the lawyer today at 5:30. So please, hopefully everything goes well. If everything goes well and we can get some things structured as to what we're going to be looking for, I send off the package. So yeah, it really is the worst thing. So yeah, so that's the update on the project. Because some of you guys know about the project, some of you don't, but yes, the project is we're moving forward and we're sending off packaging today prayerfully after I talk with the lawyer, because we want to make sure that certain items are protected. Okay, so with the conversation today, right? I really want to weigh in on this whole female leading this revolution right now. Y'all, I gotta tell y'all, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. And y'all, and especially y'all who know me, y'all know I am very, very active. I'm very vocal. I'm very outspoken. But here's my thing. I just think that the energy is being shifted purposely. The narrative is being misdirected purposely, because you guys, I'm seeing this clear as day, right? I'm like seeing this. I remember there was this guy, when I was teaching at William Penn in Philly, there was this guy I really liked. He was another teacher. And I really thought he was just so handsome, y'all. He was just, the dreads, the locks were popping. His skin was on point. Just everything was really on point. And, after about our third meeting, he pulled me to the side and he was like, sister, you're married, right? And I was like, yeah. Like, what of it? Yes, I am. And he was like, so I shouldn't see you coming like a trucker. And I was like, offended. I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? He was like, I shouldn't be able to see you coming. Like, you got the headlights on, you're rumming, and like, I can tell you're coming for me. Okay, so thank you, Kofi, for never giving in to my advances with coming at you like a trucker. But I see what's happening here with this narrative. And thank you so much. That's right. Get the likes up. Thank you so much, Diamond Princess. Get the likes up, everybody. Y'all see my moderators on it. Get the likes up. Thank you, Miss Elite. She sure does. You always support right away. And that's why you always have a blessed day. That's exactly why. So, yeah, but I can just see how this conversation is going to be misdirected, because let me tell you guys, it's an order in things. The men are supposed to be the muscle. The women are supposed to be the mind. So what's happening here is that we're going to be having all of these great conversations, discussions, and all of that, but we're not going to have any muscle. We need to stop believing the lie and falling into the trap of thinking that the women should be the muscle. We absolutely should not. We should not be the muscle. And I know what people may say is that, oh, well, that may not be the way it should be, but that's just the way it is. And so kind of just respect and appreciate that that's the way it is. And no, I will not. And I think that that's such a disadvantage, and that does such a disingenuous service to the men. And we're coming up on Father's Day. Y'all know that, right? We're coming up on Father's Day, y'all. I got all of my little cards going out. I'm going to put up, for the number one moderator in the game, I am going to put up a couple of jewels for her crown. She's always amazing. And thank you, Diamond Princess, for reminding everyone to get those likes up, and definitely subscribe. Always putting out the blessed reminders. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. And you guys, you have to realize that I come from a space and a place where I didn't always think this way. I want to be very honest. I didn't always think this way. I just always thought that because I come from a legacy. Let's get very serious for a moment. I come from a legacy of very strong women. Absolutely, very strong women. My grandmother, as many of you know, was a two-time commissioner, two-time mayor. She never lost an election. She was an educator for, most of her career. She made a move over to the West Coast when nobody was living over in the West Coast. And from her move, literally, her nephews, nieces, they followed because she was, she set up a life there. And I feel like the same thing, like with my sister here in Atlanta, she's been here for about a decade, and she's run for political offices. And the last time I was here, she was definitely running as well, and this time she placed third. And so she's getting better, she's placing higher, she's getting more votes or what have you. But she's starting a legacy that literally we didn't have in Atlanta. So she's here. I have a nephew who's a cop who's here in Atlanta. I also have another nephew, my youngest nephew, beautiful here. There are a lot of people from my hometown, here as well. So there is a network, but it's different when it's your family and they're planting those seeds. So I definitely applaud her. If you're an ATLian as well, please, look up what Monica Delancey has been doing for her community and how she has been, changing the game. So like I said, hey, thank you, Iron. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yes, thank you. So my concern is that I do come from a very strong line of females, a very strong line of women. But I can see what's happening to this narrative. Like I said, I can see it clear as day. If women are left ahead of it, that leaves men. No man likes to feel emasculated, right? Am I right, Iron? Right? Am I right? No man likes to feel emasculated. No man likes to feel like they don't have a job or they don't have a purpose. Like, what is that going to leave? Where is that going to leave our men? And I ask that like wholeheartedly because, I am a mother to, and for Iron, I'm going to give you your special light your light. But in regards to being a mom to a man, coming up to be a man, where does that leave our men if they feel like they don't have a role in this movement, in this society? Like they're the ones, I hate to say it this way, but honestly, like the men in the movement can only be the bodies. Can we keep it real? Can we keep it real? Because like I said, I'm not going to keep you all too long. I'm working on finishing up a project. So in this little bit of time I have, y'all, can we keep it real today? If men are the only thing that a man has to do in our community is die. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how like serious that is and how sad that is, that that's the reality, that the men need to die in our community in order for the women to gather up and to, get behind and to do this and to ante up, okay? And to create these marches and these rallies and these movements. And do not get it twisted. Like I appreciate absolutely Absolutely, Diamond Princess. But I appreciate the fact that, honestly, I come from a very strong background. I come from a very, Iron, can we speak more on that? Can we speak more on that? I would love for you to weigh in a little more of that. Iron says men have been relegated to the outskirts. Women beware. Women beware. You guys, let me tell you a quick story. A weak home means a weak family. Brother, let me tell you. You just said a whole word today. Iron just said a weak home means a weak family. And I know I keep promising, and we had a good run last week, guys, with I did do the panel where we had a few participants on the panel. We are going to do that again next Wednesday. The reason why I'm not going to do it today is because it does take some kind of figuring out with making sure that the sound and everything. And like I said, I'm tethering my Wi-Fi right now, so I'm eating up a lot of my phone data, and I would rather wait until I got my my whole Wi-Fi situation together before I do that. But absolutely, Diamond Princess, we've got to stop. And I even teach that with my son, right? Because my son is younger than my daughter, and I get it. My daughter she's very, she's able. She's a very tall, she's tall like her father, and she can do things, and she's strong. But at the same time, I don't want my son falling into just thinking, oh, well, she can do it. I call my son, S-U-N, and I call my daughter Diamond. And it's just a way for, to still give them their own right and their own shine, okay, their own glow. So I say, don't ever ask Diamond to do something for you. Like, that just shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't ask her to help you. Like, I know she can, but you shouldn't ask her to help you. Like, if she wants to, that's one thing, but don't ask her to help you. Like, what? So Hopi says, and I hope, Hopi, you do not mind that I call you Hopi. It's just like, I don't know. It's just a little name that I've always thought of, and I've always been very fond with calling you that. But Hope says, some men I've tried to get to step up seem to shrink back. It drives me nuts. I feel like they're afraid to speak up to our women for fear of seeming abusive or disrespecting older women. Okay, so is that a real thing? That may be kind of a real thing. I don't know. Iron says, a home devoid of men means the Black family's population will be diminished. We have been here long enough, 1619, and only maybe 13.5%. Even with folks from the Caribbean and Jamaica, like me. That's a very strong point. I wish we could pin comments when we're in the room, but we can't. But I wish we could. But that is a very strong point. But I agree. And like I said, I think that this is happening with intention. This is happening purposefully. This is not happening by coincidence, you all. The Bible teaches us that there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything is connection and confirmation, right? And I really do feel as though, I'm going to just be quite honest. Once again, I just really do feel as though with this movement that's going on now, y'all, because listen how John Boyega has been coming out making some real strong statements, right? Has he not? Y'all, tell me why John Boyega isn't on the cover of Rolling Stone. Can I get a hello, as Infinite Waters would say? Can I get a hello? Why isn't John Boyega on the cover of Rolling Stone? This guy is an actor. This guy is a well-known figure. This guy is an international well-known figure. One of the biggest franchises in American history. And he has been very outspoken about how men need to step up and what men are doing. Hello, right? Why isn't he on the cover of Rolling Stone? You guys, y'all saw, and I didn't pull it up here, and I didn't send a link over to Diamond Princess, and I should have. But like I said, I was really unsure about the timing of this live. So I'm not as prepared as I should have been because, like I said, my focus is a little shifted. I'm working on something else. But the new picture, on the Rolling Stone cover, it is a Black woman Too organic. Tell me what that Iron says that John Boyega is too organic. Tell me what you mean exactly there. Elaborate. But on the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine, there is a black woman. It's a caricature. It's an artistic rendering. Let's get that straight. It's not an actual picture. It's an artistic rendering, and is a black woman, and she's let's get this very clear. Like I said, I'm going to be real while I have you guys here for another 30 minutes or so. It is she is a black woman. She is a dark-skinned black woman, and she has a picture of George Floyd on her shirt. And next to her is a young boy who I'm thinking is her son. Like, honestly, this picture could be me and my son, And I thank God that it is a little boy next to her and not a little girl, because y'all see what they've been doing with that one little girl. She's like 7 or something, and she's like, no justice, no peace. And she's all marching and she's strong, and it's supposed to be super cute, but it's not. It's not. And I say that, let me tell you, I say that as a woman, that I didn't go to homecomings and proms, but I was at the marches. I was at the rallies. I remember the weekend before my prom, we were protesting a nuclear plant being built in a certain section of our community. And my dad was out there. I was out there. My mom was out there. My sister before me was out there. No, actually, not my sister before me, because she was off to college. My nephew was out there, and he was young. So we were out there protesting that, but I will say this, that they didn't build the plant. Kids need to be kids. They didn't build the plant, and it was where my father. It ended up being a postal plant, and my dad ended up working at that postal plant, and subsequently helped pay for college with that postal plant. So would he still have been working if it was a nuclear plant? Don't know, but definitely know that he worked at the postal plant that was built there instead of the nuclear plant. So the good thing is that we saw protesting and it actually working and it being beneficial. This postal plant was built, jobs were created, and not jobs where people had to risk being radioactive, sensitive, being stocked full of nuclear goods, nuclear chemicals, and having to spread that when you came home to your family in exchange for you making a couple of coins, as they say. But I was a protesting kid, protesting youth. When my grandmother ran for office, we definitely, we hit the streets. We were, going door to door. It was a grassroots campaign. It was definitely a lot of door knocking and that sort of thing. So I was a protesting kid. But I will say this, it was my mother and my father out there with us. Right. And it was different. It was different, Miss Lee. It was my mother and my father. It was not my mother, leading us all out there, led by my grandmother, and it wasn't no man in sight except for my nephew. No, it was my mother and my father out there. And like I said, I do come from a very strong female, a masculine female family. I will say that. I always hesitate to say that because it sounds so, I feel sad when I say it. But yeah, I had very masculine role models, I did. My mom was going to get it done regardless. My grandmother was going to get it done regardless. And both of them, of course, had husbands. I had granddad Toby and with my grandmother, and he was amazing. And then I had, of course, my father, who is, still kicking, Richard B. I'm going to throw up a light for him. Father's Day is coming up. Your card is in the mail, Richard B. I had a great upbringing. I had both representatives, but definitely my mom, who was our stronger role model, so to speak. My dad put his check on the table and my mom decided what to do with it. And that's where I said, I think that what's happening in this narrative and what's happening right now in regards to our females, in regards to our males, women are being told what to do with something, or they're telling what to do with something that we don't have yet. So this major step is being skipped. And with this major step being skipped, it's going to be, the foundation is going to be weak. I hear you there. I'm checking a couple of these comments. Okay, right. And I saw the couple that got married, and that's what they did. They went right to the rally when they got married. You know what's funny about that? Okay, so a few years ago when I was engaged, this was before my celibacy walk, because y'all know I've been riding that celibacy walk for a long time. Let me put that glow up for your girl Courtney, okay? I was engaged, and my birthday was coming up the following weekend, and we were at the pool in it was a neighboring complex, because we didn't have a pool. We didn't have a personal pool. So we used to go to a neighboring complex that, they had a pool, because we were in a house in a complex next door. They had a pool. So we used to go over to the pool to swim, and we definitely, we developed a lot of friendships with the people in the complex, right? And so it was the weekend before my birthday, and I was out there swimming. And I think the guy that I was engaged to, it was just me and my kids. He had gone to the store. That's what he did. He had gone to the store because he would like to start dinner before we, but he would like to start dinner before we finished up at the pool. So that way, when we got back to the house, dinner would already be started. Like, that was his thing. He was big on cooking. He was 300 pounds, y'all. So cooking and eating was a routine. He had to just make sure he had these meals in him. Another story, another day. Story time, another day. At any rate, the lady in the pool and I, because, like I said, she knew me pretty well. She was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing for your birthday?" And I said, I think that what he's going to do is like cook. And, that's cool and all. But what I really want to do, I would love to like go to like a rally. And she was like, "So like a rally?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I haven't been to a good rally since Philly." That's what I said. I said, "I haven't been to a good rally since Philly." Like, even the Trayvon Martin rally was not, it just didn't feel like it was powerful. It was a lot of numbers out there, but it didn't feel like it was powerful. The rallies in Philly felt powerful. They didn't play. And so I was like, "I really wish we could go to a good rally." And she was like, "Well, I don't know if you're going to find that down here, but, maybe if you tell me something practical that you want, I can like put it in his ear." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I just, I was like, I think I said something like, I was a movie out or something that I wanted to see. And it was just like, I wanted it to be like just a day where I didn't have to do anything, but whatever. The fact of the matter was that she was like, who would want to do that on their birthday? But I would like that, because that's, like I said, that's what type of spirit and energy I was raised in. But I also was raised in a spirit and energy where I was used to doing that as a family. Like, like I said, my family would be doing it. I wouldn't just be, I wouldn't just be like, "Oh, I'm going to just hit this rally by myself. Me and my girls are going out there." Like, that wasn't the concept. That wasn't the reality. But let me get to some more comments, but I do see what you're saying. Right. There are men marching, but they're not being put to the forefront. They aren't. They aren't. So Hope said there are men marching, and I agree. That's why I said with John Boyega, he's been very outspoken, and he's speaking eloquently. He's saying all the things that need to be said, but why isn't he getting more shine? Why are we still propping up a 7-year-old girl? Like, why is that with our communities? Our women have got to be leading these revolutions. This is not the way it's to be. And I think, like I said, I think that it's encouraged and it's done purposely because they know that that's a weak foundation. It got to the point where, as even like, I don't like when people say, "Oh yeah, you're so strong." Like, I don't want to be. I want to rest in my femininity. So that's literally that's the bulk of what I want to talk about today, and just get feedback on do you all see what's happening with that? With women being Iron, it is you glow girl, not you go girl. Absolutely. Okay, it is you